Now, as you guys know, some of you guys know that this video podcast is not going to be geared towards my main demography of football supporters, which is in the minority, because this channel is geared towards football and football, more specifically, hold on, more specifically, Manchester United fans in general, Manchester United supporters, and everything relating to Manchester United. No, on the down spiral, this video podcast is not geared towards the demography or anything related to Manchester United. This is going to relate to mostly men and particularly men from my home country, that's Jamaica. So this video podcast is not for, if you're a Jamaican nigga that's watching this video podcast and you're a football supporter and you support Manchester United, hit that like button right now and watch and subscribe to this channel right now. So this video podcast is not going to be geared towards I should say this now. This video podcast is not going to be geared towards football in general, like nothing to do with football, like nothing, like zero, nothing to do with football. But this video podcast is going to be centered around men, and more specifically black men and men from Jamaica. So that is my main demographic in this video podcast. Now, let me just get into it, because some of you men, you guys crap me up. You guys crap me up to the fullest, because there was something that came up on my YouTube. Because you guys know the nature of YouTube. Whenever you're watching certain videos, there's a certain video that is recommended without even you knowing that it was recommended. So it was automatically recommended on your YouTube channel. And that could be geared towards something that you watch on a regular or semi-regular basis, and then just recommend you to watch the video as if you're supposed to watch a video, as if you're obligated to watch a video. And I saw this, I think it was talking about this chick that was missing or something like that. And of course my head was in a whirlwind, so I didn't really care about that at that moment in time. So I'm like, nigga, I don't want to watch this video. So I just put that aside for now. Because I'm like, what is this video all about? But and the funny thing is that I think I was subscribed to the channel, but I didn't really watch. I really didn't watch videos from that channel. So I just put that on the back burner for now, and just do my thing, just go about my way. Then something came my way a couple days ago, where I think it was on the I think it was either 3 days ago or 4 days ago, where them say there was this chick that was going missing, is me, and then it caught my ears, it caught my my curiosity, and my ears were perked. You see me, my eyebrows were raised, and my interest was risen as well. So I clicked on it, and it was saying that there was this chick that was missing in Jamaica. Because I am not in Jamaica right now. I'm not in Jamaica, I'm in Canada right now, but I still have roots in Jamaica, and I cannot disrespect the country that I was originally and biologically born in. So I can't just put Jamaica aside because they're not in the same boat with Canada in terms of um growth and whatever. So I watched this video, and person was saying, yo, if you have seen this chick, let it be known to the police so they can make arrangements to find this chick. Is me. So this is the reality, bro. I'm gonna get into it. This is reality. As a guy, as a man, as a male, me seeing that a girl is missing in Jamaica, I know what is up already. From the ever when I saw the title, I knew what was up already. I knew what was up already. So this was not something that was really new to me. Is me. But this is what you have to understand. Because again, I'm going to be all over the place. I'm going to be giving. I hope this video is under an hour, because I don't want this video to be long. But there'll be times I'll be somewhat all over the place, because there's so much I just want to say on this matter. What is up with you, some of you Jamaican men? What is up with you, some of you Jamaican men? Again, I'm a Jamaican man myself, but bro, I cannot rock and roll with you in the same boat. Me and you is different. Is like different gravy. Me and you is not from the same cloth. Is me. Most some of you, some again. I'm not saying all of you men. I'm not going to do that loose generalization skit, but this is the reality of it, bro. Some of you guys need help. Some of you guys need help. Is either your mental, your psychology need help, or your downstairs need help. If not both, preferably up here, so. Because if up here so is sane, down here so will be sane. But some of you guys on a real tip, some of you guys really need help. Meaning that some of you guys in Jamaica, y'all want to relegate. Okay, let me get into the case before I go into that, because again I'll be all over the place. So a couple of days ago on Sunday, I think it was either Sunday or Saturday, it was reported that they found the body. And based on how they found the body in some bushes, which was on the side of the road in Clarendon, Jamaica. And I have never been in Clarendon, Jamaica. Some person might say, man, you ain't no real Jamaican if you don't. You haven't been in all the parishes of Jamaica. Okay, nigga. So yeah, based on how the person was dumped, the female was dumped, it would take either one day or at least couple days, the very most, to find the body, because unless most persons in Clarendon are just blind, which is not the case, but the body was found because it was profoundly in visual. It can be seen. It could be seen if you were walking on the sidewalk. Just one look and you'll see the body. Is you see somebody, is me. And even if you didn't see it, bro, I mean, Jamaica is Jamaica, and we're coming to a time where the sun is going to get hotter. Is me, with the summer coming, which means that we Jamaicans know. Let us get this out of the way. We Jamaicans know that when sun hit a dead body, that is not a good smell to smell. Is me, and it's going to smell like the fourth chapter of lamentation or something like that. Like it's not going to have a very good scent whenever sun hits something. So obviously that body was going to be found at some point in either one day or more or on the second day. Now the body was found on either Saturday or Sunday. And the deplorable that it was found in I have to say this, the state at which it was found in, it was partially decomposed, partially decayed. It was deteriorating. The state of it was deteriorating. I mean, it can't help itself but deteriorate, given that it's in the bushes, sun is out. It's vulnerable to chemicals in the environment, so of course it's going to break down at some point. So, but even most part, I think they found her with her hands bounded, and I think something was wrapped around her neck. Her clothes were removed, not surprised. And I think she was in the possession of a black skirt which was removed. And she was raped. Is me. Hold on, this okay, the light is back. So this yeah, she was found in a raped state. Is me. And this is where I'm gonna get into it, bro. This is not something new this is not something new under the sun in terms of Jamaica, because for a good amount of years now, Jamaica has had cases where there are some women that have gone missing. Some, in my personal opinion, some of those women that are gone missing, they are not really missing. They are just somewhere there's just somewhere that is dead. They're just somewhere that is dead or raped. That is just reality of it. Now, in this girl's case, her name was Khanice Jackson, 20-year-old brownie. Is me, could pass for a pumpkin pie. And yeah, this nice browning was just found in the bushes like it was yesterday's tissue. And that's a big issue, because I'm like I just said, this is not something new in Jamaica. There's a lot of cases of females being missing, is me. And it's not that they're missing, not that they're missing. Not that they're missing. Is that there's some knucklehead out here, so some earhead out here, so that couldn't fathom the fact that this female was not interested in the guy. And some guys might say, well, bro, I approached this woman. Excuse my English, you know that I'm Jamaican, so my English is not really up to par. But man, I approached this woman today, man, and I gave her my number, and she said, "Yes, here's my number. Give me a call this evening." And she said, "Yeah, I want you to call me." But when I called the bitch didn't answer my call. She didn't answer my text. I think she even blocked me. I mean, what's that all about, bro? She said she wanted me to call her. So when I called her, why isn't that she wasn't answering my call? Well, she could be busy or she just didn't want to answer you at that time. But with all of that aside, bro, you have to understand that females today are hip to the game. Females today are hip to the game, which means that they're not going to flat out reject a guy if they believe that guy has psychotic, creepy tendencies. Like they're not sure if all these dogs are barking up here, so they don't think all of those persons on the choir are singing on the same pitch. You see me? So have she's going to have the thought of she's going to be bought on the thought that okay, I don't even think this nigga is saying up here. So I think he has psychotic tendencies. So I need to get the hell out of here. So to get the hell out of here, she's going to just hold on. Okay, notification. She's going to pleasantly give you her number because you have your own number already, and or she might just make up a number. She might even just give her a digit number. You see me? And so yeah, this is how some chicks are going to reject some guys. Is because they don't want to say it in their face. Because they know that if they reject some guys are not going to take that well. Some guys are going to take that as a misspell. Some guys are going to take that as an insult. Some guys go take that as an offense. And they're going to be offenders because they have offended the woman physically and oppressed the woman physically. Is me by beating her, calling her a bitch. Like, bitch, I wasn't really interested in you anyway, bitch. I don't want your bitch ass. Or something like that. And yeah, some guys, okay, let me just get to the nitty gritty of it. Some guys just can't take rejection. That's just flat out. Some guys just cannot take rejection. For the hell of them, they just cannot take rejection. Or they cannot handle the fact that they're indefinitely ignored by a female. Like that, some guys might say, man, that doesn't really bother me. Come to Jamaica. Come to Jamaica and you'll see something for yourself. Come to Jamaica and you'll find out for yourself. You can even take the census and find out. But there's some guys in Jamaica, and this is just worldwide. There's some guys that for the hell of them, they cannot take rejection. They cannot take rejection. Like they become offended by the fact that they were rejected. Is me? Because they believe they have a big chest, they have a big dick, they have a big smile, they have big teeth, they have big eyes, they have a big head, big ears, big nose. Whoever who loves nose, but they believe when they have all of those characteristics, all of those things, they believe that the female supposed to give the guy a sexual email or give him a vibe that is positive. When in reality, if the female is not feeling you like that, she doesn't want to do with you or she doesn't see you like that. She doesn't see you in that manner of a sexual being that's going to be into her physically and sexually, of course, in the future. Some guys just cannot fathom that fact. They were brought up with this entitlement mentality that, hey, I'm gonna work for this female and I'm gonna get her pussy either way. I'm gonna get her pussy by hook, by crook, anything that stick. I'm gonna get this pussy either way. When somebody says that, that kind of disturbs me because when you're saying something like that, you're implying that you're going to sleep with that woman either way. Either you go through the back door, the front door, or the side door. Most guys, for the best of them, they cannot handle when a female doesn't want them. That is one of the biggest problems we see in today's society. Guys, for the hell of them, because they have entitlement issues, they cannot handle when a female ignore them. Particularly a chick that is just very attractive, that they're just attentive to. They cannot fathom the fact that they don't know why this woman is not interested in them. And they ask, well, why is this woman interested in me? Because she doesn't want your ass, nigga. So why do you care if she doesn't want to? If she doesn't want to, move on to another female. Move on to another female. Why are you stick on bent on this one female that doesn't want your dick? She doesn't want you. But there's some guys out here that they just cannot fathom that fact. They just feel ripped to shreds when she doesn't want to either sleep with them or she doesn't want him to be her boyfriend. Now, the funny thing is that in this case, Chanice had a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend. Is me, she had a boyfriend. And her boyfriend basically said, because when the body was found, he basically came out and said, yo, I know persons took video, took pictures of the body, but this is going for everybody. Do not post the body online, on social media, not only in respect to me, but more so in respect to the family. We don't want her to be remembered like that. We don't want we don't want her to be remembered like yesterday's tissue. It's me. We don't want her to be remembered as a person that was just thrown out like a trash like a dumpster or a trash can or something like that. We don't want her to be remembered under that umbrella. We don't want someone to know to remember Khanice Jackson as, hey, you remember that girl they dumped in the bush side of the road in Clarendon? Yeah. She was naked. Yeah. Man, no. She doesn't he's basically saying he doesn't want her to be remembered like that. You see? Now, it's been said that there is this 50-year-old alleged killer or alleged rapist that raped her. I mean, dude, if she doesn't want to, bro, I think I listened to a couple of video podcasts by a video podcast host that said she had a boyfriend. She did have a boyfriend. You know, the nigga is a browning too, and he's not a nigga. So, but the person said, but she said she had a boyfriend. When a woman says she has a boyfriend, why are you persistent? No, I can see why some guys say that because I just thought of it. Okay, let us say this, and I'm not saying this was the case in this case with Khanice Jackson, but some guys get it confused and conflated. So I'm gonna try to flesh out things so some guys can understand. If you have worked into sales, you have known that there are some customers that are interested in your product, some customers that are not interested in your product, and there are some customers in the middle that is not really bought on the thought of getting your product, but if they're persuaded through your persistency, they can be bought on the thought of buying the product. Now, if a person is interested in your product, they're not going to play any games by saying that, hey, let's see how things go. No, they want your product. They are going to buy your product. Some person might say, no, I'm not interested in your product. And they just don't want your product. For better or for worse, they just don't want your product. Now, there are some customers might say, oh, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. But they're saying they're not interested, but they're looking on the product. They're still in your presence. What does that tell you? If you have common sense, and some more, you are capable enough to know for sure that the person is deep down they're interested, but they're skeptical. They need to be bought. They're on the fence. Is me. And if you're persistent enough, if you're tactful, because I've worked in sales before, if you're tactful enough, you can persist that person into buying your product. Is me. So you might say something like, yeah, I know this product is kinda off the budget a bit, but hey, it has so forth and so forth features, and you tell about the benefit of those features, and that is going to buy into the customer buying the product. But you have to say it in a more persuasive way. Now, what is my point? There are some women out here so that might say, I have a boyfriend, you're so cute, but I have a boyfriend, I do, you know. And there's some women that say, no, I have a boyfriend and he's pleasing me well in bed. I appreciate your honesty and your interest in me, but at this moment in time, I'm being sexually pleased, so I'm begging you please to leave me alone and just come out of my zone. Just go your way. So there's different types of there's a difference between rejection and objection. Now, in her case, I believe that she wasn't really interested in whoever raped her. If the person that she rejected raped her, because again she had a boyfriend. Now, what we can debate is what manner in which she said she had a boyfriend, whether it was a giggly manner or a Terminator, Dark Vader, straight face, poker face type of rejection. No one knows that. But the fact is that she has a boyfriend and that should be respected. If you had a girlfriend and someone, come up to your girlfriend and say, hey, you're looking sexy in that short dress. When would you like to share my company in the nearby future? And you are around the corner now. You're around the corner now. Would you like if a guy just comes and try to persist when she say, no, I'm not interested, my boyfriend is around the corner. Let me ask him if you allow me to sleep with you. You see me? Some guys are very psychotic and very protective. You see me? Now, this is the point of Khanice Jackson. And this is going to gear towards Jamaican men. This is specifically for Jamaican men. Because some of you guys know that I am in what is known as the manosphere. Like, I sometimes talk on certain points. It's not a big person in the manosphere. I'm as big as a janitor in terms of the social hierarchy. So I ain't shit. But there's some persons in the manosphere that likes to talk about the flaws, the weaknesses of females' character in terms of them being adulterous, very they cheat a lot, they disrespect men, they don't respect men, they mistreat men, they verbally emasculate men, they're very misandristic in nature. Misandrist meaning that they just hate men. Like you notice that most social media don't talk on misandrist as much as they talk about misogynist. Misogynist is just basically hating women, yes, I should say that. But misandrist hates men. Yeah, misandrist hates men. And males and females can be either misandrist and or misogynist. Now, some talking points in the manosphere, which is geared towards improving men's lifestyle, love life, sex life, relationship life, them finances, their fitness, their goals, being a better man, being a better father, all of those things tongue twister moment, all of those things are geared towards men in terms of the manosphere. Now this is where some guys are going to, like, there are some factions of the manosphere that is very critical of women's behavior, particularly in today's scene, in today's dating scene. And some persons are saying that some men are saying that most women, they are loosely generalizing, saying that most women are not fit for marriage, fit for relationship. They're saying that most women are sluts, most women are hoes, most women are bitches, most women are disrespectful, most of them don't respect a man, most of them don't know what it's like to be submissive to a man, and all of that. And I'm not saying most of those talking points are not I'm not saying that some of those talking points is not valid, but this is where some of you guys miss the mark. This is where some of you guys miss the mark. Y'all want to talk from a point of being a saint. Like, y'all talking like you have no flaw in your character. You're talking as if you don't have no dirt on your shoulder. You're talking as if you have never done any harm. Like you have never harmed an ant in your life. Nah, nah. No, I'm not coming from that angle today. I'm coming from the angle of objectivity and playing an evil kill bottom playing field. That's the type of game I'm going to be playing. Because some of you guys, again, is that some of you guys talking points is wrong, I'm not saying that, but some of you guys are speaking from the fact of you guys will have no flaws yourself. Nah, nah, nah. Some of you guys have flaws, and the fact is that some of you guys do not like when guys that are more successful with you with women are more successful than you with women. That's going to bring out your inferiority complex. You're going to feel some type of way. you're going to say, hey, why is this broke ass nigga with 10 women and this guy's broke, but I have a job and I haven't had sex since Donald Trump was running for presidency in 2016. What is this? What type of stuff is this? So some guys, if they're very violent in nature, very combative and competitive in a negative way, they're going to try, they're going to provoke violence, and not only the woman, but they're going to provoke violence on the man as well. You see? And the reality is that when men see other men doing better than them with women, they don't like that. They don't like that. That's why I have the term player hater. That's why I have the term being envious, being resentful, being jealous. All of those terms is geared towards men being jealous. Most men, and this is not just in Jamaica, most men, they don't like it when other guys are doing better than them. But I ain't talking about that right now. I'm talking about men versus women, particularly in Jamaica. What is up with some of you Jamaican men that is killing off some of us, some of our women? Why are you killing off some of our women? I was listening to an excerpt from Miss Kitty in Jamaica. Shout out to you, Miss Kitty. Um, she did this video podcast in January of 2020, and it's funny because in January of 2020 there was a myriad, it was like there was a negative killing campaign of women for at least 4 weeks. I think in 4 weeks there was about 4 or 5 cases where women were killed by their either their current significant other at the time or their ex significant other, which was not really significant other. But and they kill the woman because either the woman just break up with them, or she doesn't want anything to do with them, or that woman cheat on them, or that woman mistreat them, whatever the case is. So them just kill the woman because they think the woman should not be doing that in the first place. Now, there was a time, not to go down memory lane because I'm not a historian, but there was a time back in history where men actually wanted to own females as property. As property. Is me. Like if you were a father back in the day, you would basically dictate who your daughter dated and had sex with. And let me just say this: you would not have sex outside of the context of a relationship, or even more so a marriage. Is me, because you were not going to disrespect your father like that unless you want to get kicked out of the crib. So most women out there back in the day, they were owned by their fathers, and more so them wives was like the property of men. I bet you guys didn't know that, did you? Yeah. Wives back in the time, they were like property of men, which meant that if the woman got out of order, the nigga could slap her in the face, and he would not get no case against him. It was unethical against God, but it was not against the law at the time. If she tried to withhold sex from him, I'ma just say this right there. Speaking of rape, that man could literally rape his wife. Again, it was unethical against God, but it was not against the law. It was not against law. It was actually legal. So again, if you were a wife back in the day and you thought, hey, I'm not going to give this nigga no pussy tonight, you better give that nigga some pussy or I'm gonna rape you. If that's what you want. Well, some women have rape fantasies anyway, but we'll go leave those things for another time. But some men still have that mindset from back then. And that is one of the reasons why women push for feminism, and more so for the second wave of feminism, because they didn't want to be owned as property, as sex objects for men. They didn't want to be property as men. They didn't want to be dogs on leashes for their owners of men. They didn't want to be owned by men. So that is one of the reasons why the second wave of feminism came about. Is because again they didn't want to be owned by men, because they were like, hey, this is my body, this is my choice. My vagina, my choice. Is me. So me not sleeping with you Hey, if you can't take that to heart, then you need help. Well, you shouldn't be taking that to heart anyway, but you need to move on. That's what the women back were basically saying. If you cannot own my body. You cannot own somebody else. This ain't no dog. This is not no cat. This ain't no house rat or whatever. I'm a person. I'm a female. I'm a human being. It's me. So you should not own my prop. But there are a lot of guys, bro, in Jamaica that have entitlement issues. That's number one. They can't take rejection. Number two, and them have this ownership mentality, pussy ownership mentality, like they're pussy polices out here on these streets that they want to, they want to like try to own a woman because he's his wife, she's the love of his life, and she's his girlfriend, and they're going to love each other to the very end. They're going to be his significant other. He's going to be his fiance. Is me. That is good, but guess what, bro? I'm gonna just keep it real. If she wants to divorce you or she wants to break up with you, she is. If she wants to break up with you or divorce you, she is. She's going to break up and divorce you. She doesn't care how long you guys have been together, whether it's 20 years, 20 days, even if for 20 minutes. If she doesn't want your ass, she's going to be gone. She's going to be gone. And you have to be fine with that. Now, is it easy for you to say, man, I can't believe this bitch just dumped me like yesterday, still like that? You just have to accept it, bro. You just have to accept it, bro. Unless you want to serve time. Unless you want to serve time. So, if this woman, back to Chinese, because again, she's the main person of this video podcast. What is up with some of you guys in Jamaica? Did you guys have good relationships with your own mother? I doubt so. I don't even think most of you guys even know your mother. Well, most of you guys are children of single mothers anyway. But I doubt if most of you guys had positive relationships with single mothers, man. I don't think so. Because if you do, why the hell are you raping a woman that is not interested in you? Speaking on that, why are you raping a woman to begin with? I mean, bro, if you want some sex, you can go a back a road and get some pussy, bro. Just pay a woman and she'll give you some pussy, bro. You don't have to rape a woman. And even in those factions, I can't speak for most guys, but I don't get no sexual pleasure from a woman that is not interested in me. Secondly, I'm not going to get no pleasure from a woman that I have to pay money for a pussy for. If a woman is not sexually attracted to me, I don't want anything to do with her. Again, that's a me thing. That doesn't have to be a the thing for you. But I know I'm a different cookie in the bar. I know I'm from a different cloth, but I'm just bought on the thought that, bro, if a woman is not interested in you, bro, you just have to go take your ass on and just deal with it. Deal with it. You're not entitled to no woman's pussy. You're not entitled to no man under God's heaven. I don't care if he's Brad Pitt, Boris Kojo, Morris Chestnut, George Clooney, Denzel Washington in his prime, or one of those sexy male Michael B. Jordan or whatever. Women are going to reject you even if you're those types of guys, because some women have preference. And the reality is that some of you guys cannot handle that. That is like a mental trauma to some of you guys. And some of you guys go act out in violence and harm some of these women. So that's why some of these women don't want to reject you in your face. Because they don't want to face time 6 foot under. Because you go kill them. Some women know that. Some of them women, I'm not going to say these women's game, but some of these women are going to have some counter attack, to use football terms. They're going to have some counter attack base. Like some women, if them go in a taxi that is full of men, they're going to have something in their purse, in their boobs, or in them pockets, so they can pull out at any given time if things go awry. If things don't go alright. So back to Khanice Jackson, bro. See, some of you guys think y'all love females. Some of you guys think y'all love females. Y'all don't. And that goes back to my first point. Y'all never had, hold on. Y'all never, hold on. Y'all never had either a father in the household or you did have a pussy father in the household. Most of all, you had a single mother in the household and she told you how your father was not shit. And you were bought on that thought. But the thing was that your mother was a bitch as well. And based on Sigmund Freud, in terms of the Madonna whore complex, he basically states that the first good girl in a man's life is his own mother. Which means that every female that comes after his mother, he's going to be grading them. Because that woman cleans your ass, she feeds you, she bathes you, she cleans up your poo, she puts you to bed, she kisses you when you drop, you bleed out. So she's going to be the first woman in your life that looks after you. But the negative side is that when you grew up, you saw the biggest bitch from hell. She start treating you like crap. She talk about how your father was not crap, and you were bought on that thought. You see me? Now you don't even know if you're supposed to respect your mother or not. You don't even know if you love females or not because your mother was such a big bitch. And because your mother was such a big bitch, you don't even like females, but you want to like hate sex them. Like whenever you have sex with them, I mean, it's good to pull here and slap in the face, and slap the buttocks of a female whenever you're having sex. But if you're just riding the woman like that, bro, I mean, what's that all about? What's that all about? So me guys, y'all don't like females, bro. You don't like females. Just because you want to have sex with a female doesn't mean you like the female. Doesn't mean you like the female. So me guys want to mistreat women, bro. Y'all have mother issues, bro. Y'all have pent up issues that you haven't brought closure to. To keep stuff real, y'all need to go to the nearest therapist down the street, bro, and get some help. Are you going to just become a bitter borderline misogynist for the rest of your life by killing women? We have seen cases where guys have killed women because those women don't want shit to do with them. Elliot Roger, back in Santa Barbara in 2014, this bridging go kill women and men that the women were sleeping with. And after he killed, I think he killed about six persons and 7 persons injured. This nigga go say, okay, since I kill those persons, I'ma kill myself. And he killed himself and the person. So he thought he was dying as a hero. Nah, nigga, you ain't no hero. I think you're a scum of the earth. If you're killing females because they have rejected you, they don't want shit to do with you, they have ignored you to the depth of them, then I don't have no respect for you. You're a scum of the earth. You can't do rejection. You can't have the depiction of a female not being interested in you. So you go find interest in killing a female. Bro, there's a lot of females out here, so bro. Females are like fishes in a pond. So I don't know why you're trying to negatively respond to one female that doesn't want anything to do with you. So many guys have mother issues, bro. So many guys don't like females. So many y'all confused. So many y'all confused. I don't think most of the guys love. And again, I'm not going to lose the generalize. So I'm not take about. I don't think so many guys in Jamaica that hate that are raping women. I don't think y'all like women. I don't think y'all like women. I don't think so. You just want to see women butt hurt. You want to see these women being physically hurt. You want to see these women live a negative lifestyle because these females have ignored you, treat you like crap because you are in crap, and they don't want anything to do with you, bro. Take that into stride and go deal with some women that is of your interest. Cause I mean, look at Khanice, bro. Khanice didn't deserve this. No, I'm not saying that she is the biggest saint under God's good heaven, but God, I mean, dude, why are you raping a woman that's not interested in you, particularly when she has a boyfriend? Why are you doing that? I mean, some guys just can't help it when they just have a strong infatuation, a strong sexual attraction to a woman that is fine, beautiful, sexy. I mean, look at Khanice Jackson. I mean, she's a bright browning. Is me? She has long, luscious black hair. She has decent looking eyes, and she has a decent smile. And some guys, they ain't go smile if she's not interested in them. They go and try put physical harm on them. And the reality is that when it comes down to men's true sexual nature, see a lot of guys in the manosphere want to talk about females' true sexual nature. Let us talk about men's true sexual nature. We men become not we, because I'm not of your guys ilk, but there are some guys that if they are if they are ignored, like completely ignored by women, and they're having sex with some guy that those guys themselves don't like, they're going to try kill not only the woman, but they're going to try kill the men as well. That's why you have player haters out here, so that's why you have envious, jealous player haters out here, so because they're going to bring out that inferiority complex. You see me? And the thing is that some guys are going to be they're going to become very emotionally volatile and violent. They're going to act out. Why I think the concept of monogamy is into play in today's day and age. Why I think hold on. Why I think polygamy is banned from most countries apart from some countries in Africa. Why I think that is the case? You think that's just by random? You think that's just arbitrary? Hold on. No, bro. The reason is because if there was a monogamous, okay, let me say this. If there was no monogamy, there would be two persons, two types of men that would be getting laid all the time, getting all the women. Let me repeat that. If there was no monogamy, for the 0.005% that does no monogamy. Monogamy is you basically being in a relationship with just one woman, just with one partner, or a woman being with just one man. That you are being monogamous. Is me. The reality is that if monogamy was pushed to the side or excused, and polygamy and promiscuity is already legal. That's why we have casual sex. If polygamy was legal, or polygyny or polyamory was legal, is only two types of men that will have all women. Men that has the best dick in bed, and the men with the most resources, the most financial and material possession. They would have all the bitches. And if you were not in those two categories, you won't get no bitch, number one. You won't get no bitch, number one. And you'll be an indefinitely loner. A truth force lonely person. Most men don't want to be that. Most men don't want to relegate and designate and stagnate in a position where they have to jack off for the rest of their life and get no female. Most guys don't want that. So then they're going to try harm women, kill women, rape women, date rape women, even coerce and sexually harass women. Because those women didn't want to give them the time of day. And even if those females gave them the time of day, those women don't have nothing to do with those guys no more. She wants to start a new challenge, start off a new day with a new person. Those guys are still, because they have invested. Is when they're saying, man, you've been with me for 10 years. So there is no way you're going to leave me you're just going to leave me like that, hot and cold, high and dry. Guys don't want to. I'm talking about guys. They have some females like that, but I'm talking about most guys, because you ain't gonna have much females raping guys, although so many guys will like that. But most times, most guys just don't want to move on. That dopamine, that oxytocin feeling has intoxicated their mind to the point of no return. Like, they don't believe that woman should even remove. Hey, I know it's easier said than done, bro, because I know whenever the pussy is good, you know, her vagina wraps around a penis like a glove, then you start to fall in love. You know, her companionship is the best definition of a relationship with you. You know, you can't even stop looking at her for at least 4 seconds. Whenever you look on her, bro, you feel like you go busting out at any given second. So you don't want to lose that type of woman. But the reality is that even if she stays with you, and if you force her to stay with you, she's going to be cheating on you, and you don't want to go down that path because it's going to get dire from there. So it's best if you just move on if she wants to move on. Cut your losses, cut that emotional umbilical cord, you see me, and just move on, bro. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy to just give up a piece of pussy, especially when you're emotionally invested, especially when you guys have years under your belt. I know it's not easy, but it's best for your health, because if you do not let her go, you're going to have mental issues. You're going to have personality disorders. You go be jacked up here, so your upper room is going to be all messed up. It's going to be dirty. If you need to sort out yourself. And mostly Jamaican men, I don't think most of you guys love females, bro. I don't think most of you guys love females. I love females. I love females. I love females. And I don't like seeing no violence against no woman. Even though that woman might have cursed me out 5 minutes ago. If a nigga is trying to like rape her in public, like in the naked eye, like in broad daylight, that should be called into question. I'm not going to be with that. I'm not going to get down like that. I don't like violence, unnecessary violence against women. Particularly if the bitch has a boyfriend. So I don't know why you want to be with a woman that has a boyfriend that is already pleasing her, and she's already told you that she has a boyfriend, and she ain't go sleep with you, or go on a date with you, or even spend time with you. So me guys need to cut your losses, bro. Cut that losses like a cord and put that shit in a trash can and lock it up. So it's unfortunate that Khanice had to leave the world in that state. She didn't leave the world in a state of that was clean. She didn't leave the world in a state that was godly, you could say. She basically left the world in a state of deplorability. You see me? That was just a harsh reality. And like I said, bro, so many guys, if you all have hatred against women, bro, then don't deal with women. But back to what I was saying about monogamy. See, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry about that. Because again, I just have a lot to say, bro. But the thing is that if you're not in those two categories I just mentioned, because again, if monogamous relationships and monogamous marriages was excused from society, and polygyny was in the picture, it's only two types of men will be getting laid. Men that is very good in bed, the best men that is very good in bed. That's number one. Number two, as I just alluded to some minutes ago, is the men that has the most money, finances, and resources. Bitches are going to gravitate to only those two men, and they go ignore most of you guys that are not in those categories. So if you can't lay the law in bed, she doesn't want anything to do with you. And definitely if you don't have no cheese, you ain't go please her sexually, and you're not going to please her financially. So she doesn't want anything to do with you either way. So I criticize certain aspects of monogamy, but the reality is that monogamy keeps society safe and sane for the most part. Because again, if monogamy was not in the light of the world right now, most men, we have seen it already with monogamy in the light. But the thing is that if monogamy was removed, the bottom of the iceberg will come to the surface. With monogamy in place right now, we're just seeing the tip of the surface, of the iceberg. You don't want to look down in the water and see that iceberg down below. Because a lot of men have violent tendencies. Given the nature of men, violent nature of men, men don't like seeing when women ignore them. They don't like that. Particularly if they are attracted and interested in that woman. They don't like that. Men have a very combative and violent. No, I'm not saying all men are violent. I'll never say that. I'll never say that. Although some of us, no, all of us are animals. Some of us are intelligent animals. Not all of us. All of us are animals. But, excuse me, but we don't like when women are. Some guys just find it very offensive if a woman is not interested in them. They just find it like very offensive. The reality is that there are some women that is not going to be interested in you. And if women are not interested in you, that's not going to give you a green light. That's not going to give you ammunition to go do some negative to have a negative reaction to some female and physically abuse or physically use her in a rape scenario. That's not needed. Hold on. That's not needed, bro. If a woman is not interested in you, bro, take care of son. Take care of son. Some guys have stalking tendencies. So even if them would leave the woman alone, them go still stalk the woman. Why are you stalking someone that is not interested in you? What leverage does that give you? What does that do for you? What does that do for you to just stalk a woman that is not interested in you? What sense of leverage does that give you? Some of you Jamaican men need a psychologist. Some of you guys need therapy. Because you guys have had pent-up issues with your mothers that you have not brought closure to. Some of you guys have pent-up issues. Some of you guys can't even fathom the fact that a female is leaving you alone or ignores you. Some of you guys have entitlement issues. Some of you guys can't take rejection. Some of you guys cannot move on when a woman wants to move on. Who told you that women... See, some guys, and this is where I'm going to wrap up. Some guys treat women as if it is like a graduation certificate. Like it's something that they should get. Like I mentioned minutes ago, bro, no man is entitled to the sexual companionship or no companionship of a woman. No man is entitled to a woman. You were not born out of the womb with a woman. Unless you were born with a twin. But even in that situation, you ain't go have sex with a twin. Unless you're just some pedophile. Most of us all men are not entitled to no woman. Now we can be interested in a woman, and that's what we should be, unless you're gay, but you shouldn't be watching this video anyway. But if you have a thing for women, I'm not against that. All of us men have a fetish feeling for females, because we cannot ignore the female pulpitude and the female features. That's just sexual biological nature. But if she's not feeling you like that, bro, she's not feeling you like that. Just move on. Move on. Some of you guys need to take rejection, bro. And some of you guys should not be even raping women to begin with. There is prostitution for a reason. Go get your dick wet with some prostitute. She might not be interested in you, but she'll rub one out. She'll rub one out with you if you're giving her money. As the Bible says, the hearts of men are desperately wicked. No, this is not relegated to just men. You have some females out there that are wicked. But I'm talking about men. Some of us men need to check ourselves. Some of us guys need checkups to begin with. Y'all need a therapy, bro. Why are you killing women? Y'all treating women like it's cockroaches in your house, bro. If a woman is not interested in you, I know it's easier said than done, especially when you have that emotional connection. But time will heal. Time will allow you to heal. There's a couple times, probably in my past, where I've had a few girlfriends where, I had a strong emotional bond for. And when we broke up, I thought of her. I could eat. There were some times I couldn't sleep. But as time progressed, I moved on as time to move on. I didn't want to rape the female because I don't have no I don't get anything out of that other than just serving time, and I'm not going to serve any time. Your emotion is going to heal through the passage of time. So I don't see why you guys want to relegate and designate yourself to raping females that are not interested in you in the first place. Like, what joy does that give you guys just wanting sex? Now, of course, it's good to love sex because we're sexual beings. But you don't need to rape a woman to get no sex. If a woman is not interested in you, bro, leave her alone. Leave her alone. So it's unfortunate that Khanice Jackson had to leave God's good earth like that in that state. But my question to Jamaican men is in this video podcast. Why are you guys raping women? Why are you guys physically harassing women? Now, I'm not saying there's no good men in Jamaica, because you have a few good Jamaican men out there, so that they don't cheat, they don't mistreat, they treat their woman like a queen, you see me, and they believe that woman is up to their standards, and they believe that woman is going to be a good woman to their kids. So I'm not against that. I don't have no ill will to you guys of that ilk. But I'm talking about a good percentage of some of you guys in Jamaica that just cannot move on when a woman wants to move on. That's number one. You guys cannot fathom the fact she doesn't want you sexually. That's number two. She doesn't want to date you or anything. She ignores you. Some of you guys just can't handle that. And some of you guys go act out. Hold on. Some of you guys go act out in the worst types of ways. And that is not the best way to do things. If a woman is not interested in you, I'm gonna say it I know you guys are tired of me saying it, but I'm gonna say it, bro. I'm tired of you guys raping women in Jamaica. Whenever women are going missing in Jamaica, that sends a first signal to my mental antenna or my auditorial antennas that some raping went on. Some guy was not happy with how a woman treated him. Now, if a woman mistreated you, bro, that doesn't relegate you or designate you to physically harm the bitch. If she doesn't want you, bro, take your ass on. Simple as. Time will heal you. You will be healed. If you can't be healed, check yourself out. Check yourself out. There's, again, monogamy suits a lot of guys. It keeps society sane. That's why we have police departments in place. That's why we have the JCF in place, or something like that. Yeah, the Jamaican Constabulary Force. That's why we have the police and soldiers and National Guard in place, the SWAT team in place, so that it can keep society safe and sane, to protect men from getting in tune with their violent tendencies when women are ignoring them indefinitely or not having sex with them indefinitely, or women just left them without giving them an explanation. Monogamous marriages creates a lot of things positively. It gives guys that are undesirable sexually at least one sexual companion. So that guy can't act out in violence if he's not getting no companions to begin with. 1 hour. I have to go wrap up. So I hope this video goes viral in Jamaica, bro, because this is geared towards men. Again, I don't think so many guys love females. So many guys have mother issues, bro, that you have to bring closure to. Because your mothers, you had mothers that were straight up bitches. So you became confused. So you don't know if you should respect or disrespect women or not. Because again, the first good girl in your life, as you thought was a good girl, was your own mother. And based on how she dictates towards you, that is how you're going to view most women, based on your own mother. So if your mother was a bitch, that is how you're going to see most women as bitches. And that is how you're going to behave towards women. You're going to treat them like bitches. Because that is your mental thought process. That's how you were conditioned. If your mother was a good woman, why would you reserve yourself or relegate yourself to raping a woman? If you had a good mother that treated you well, she spoke well of your father, very differential to her husband if she was married. She spoke well of your biological father. She loved you. Why would you really like what motivation would you have to rape a woman if you had a good mother in your life like that? If some girl mistreated you, bro, you have to go check out yourself. Number one, if you don't check out yourself, you're going to be a big threat to society. And number three, bro, it's not a day and age where you can just treat females like property. This is not the 1970s no more. And again, that is one of the reasons why females pushed for the second wave of feminism. Because they didn't want to be seen as men's property. Is me. They said, hey, this is my body, my choice. This is my vagina. And I'm going to do everything and anything I want to do with my vagina. Whether it's going to cost me in a negative way, that's on me. That is my responsibility and my accountability. This is all on my account. I don't want you all over in my body. Some of you guys in Jamaica need help. Some of you guys in other countries that have raped women need help. Women is not your problem. The problem is the person that you wake up and see in the mirror. That is the problem for you. Like and subscribe to the channel. Don't subscribe to the channel if you're not a football fan. But I just felt compelled to be doing this video podcast because I'm a Jamaican and I don't like seeing my fellow Jamaican men, persons of my gender, acting out in violence against women. Unnecessary violence. Again, if a woman doesn't want to give the pleasure of her pussy to you, bro, move your ass on and take your ass on. It's that simple. Shout to you guys later.